Hello friends, 662 days of war between Russia and Ukraine, and here are updates in last 24 hours. From the southern war zone in Kherson, Ukrainians are continuously trying to expand their bridgehead zones, especially towards foreign plantation in Krinky, using UAVs to hit Russian army troops in south. Russian army are continuously destroying many of shuttle boats being used by Ukrainians across Dnieper River. On ground also they have success towards Krinky bridgehead. As per New York Times, Krinky is a suicide mission. On Zaporizhia front in Orikho sector, weather continues limiting uses of UAVs and thus artilleries, and forcing both the armies to use small groups of troops to carry out attack and counterattacks. Ukrainians carried out multiple attacks towards Verbo but no changes. Russians made gains in West Rabatino yesterday and are consolidating their positions while maintaining pressure from both west and south. Russian army also advanced in North Verbo and towards Novoprokopivka. Even though offensive operations are limited for both the sides, but both of them are incurring considerable losses. In Rimivki salient towards Pryutne, no changes. Russian army made marginal gains in Novomikhailivka towards northeast outskirts and also towards warehouses in southern part of the village. In north, no significant changes towards Kupian-Swato direction. Counter battle continuing towards Sinkovka-Kislovka. Towards Liman, counterattacks are on in Serebryansky forestry, and Russian army offensive operation towards Terny were reported, even towards southeast of Dibrova. In eastern war zone, many offensive operations are taking place. On Bakhmut front, Russian army made gains towards northwest of Klishchivka against strong Ukrainian defense line. In western and northwestern side of Bakhmut, they made gains towards Kromov and Bogdanovka. Russian artilleries are continuously attacking Ukrainian positions in Chasov Yar. On Avdiivka front, Russians captured Vinogradnik station. In northern flank towards Stepo, they made gains towards Okeratino and coke plant. They also moved towards Nevelskoye. Battle is continuing towards southeast of Avdiivka industrial zone. In south, Russians are advancing along Yasinovotsky lane. In Maryinka, the Russian army is launching offensive operation in northwest of city, where Ukrainians are still holding their positions. In the southern side, Russians are advancing towards Pobeda. This advance was significant. However, towards Mikhailovka, which is further south of it, no significant changes took place. Russian artilleries are hitting west of Maryinka towards Kurekhovo, which is 15 km, and supposedly going to be second line of Ukrainian defense after they lose Maryinka. After Russians gains towards Pobeda and Novomikhailovka, Ugledar has become active, though there are no changes in south, but there are activities by the Russian army towards eastern Ugledar. Ukrainians carried out attacks on Crimea with more than 30 UAVs, though no losses were reported. They have been also shelling towards Kherson using S-200 missiles, Kursk and Belgorod. In the last one, they were able to hit compressor station and power lines and cause damages. While Russians UAVs have been hitting Ukrainian targets in deep, like in Kiev, Khmelnytsky, Cherkasy, Chernihiv in waves, and as per Ukrainian sources, more than 30 drones were used. In close proximity, they have been also hitting targets in Chasiv Yar, which is west of Bakhmut, Kherson. Russian army missile hit Starokonstantinov airfield, where Ukrainian and NATO Air Force officers were located, destroying almost 40 of them, including 12 NATO officers. This is a big gain for the Russians. Coming to Palestinian Israel war front. In southern Gaza Strip towards Khan Yunis, all attempts by IDF so far has failed, and it has faced significant losses of men and material in last week. In Gaza Strip itself, the intensity of fight is low. IDF is concentrating on multiple artillery and air strikes. Palestinians are continuing semi-guerrilla attacks in the ruins and from the tunnels. Fight at Lebanese-Israeli border is continuing, where Hezbollah launched almost a dozen of strikes on IDF positions, and IDF carried out attacks in Lebanese cities. Red Sea has become international news due to Yemeni Houthis' offensive operation. Four major companies, international companies, have suspended their operations there. However, there are Arab countries who are helping Israel to bypass Yemeni naval blockade. Land shipments from Dubai port via Saudi Arabia, Jordan, are reaching to Haifa port, which is in Israel, more than 2,500 kilometers. Other route is Bahrain, Jordan, Israel. American-Israeli economic, political and military diplomacy has been very strong and have been able to break the unity of Arab countries. In fact, I have been telling this again and again, that religion is no base for unity to fight against imperialism or any form of injustice. Yet, despite the weakness of the working people worldwide, the world is changing, and there will be a time when the people will wake up against their masters, against their exploiters. Well, that brings an end to my talk today, friends. Hope you liked it. If not, say so. And also do comment to improve my talk. Thank you.